Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 13th of September 2020. Welcome to video number 261. Today I want to talk about projects because whether you like it or not, there will be some projects that you're going to do in your relationships. And some of those might be a reason to argue and might be a reason to have some negative experience that you don't really want. And there's a way to approach this whole subject. And even if you lose, even if the whole project is gonna go south, there's a way to win. And because most of us gonna bear this whole thing on our own backs, I want to share with you my experiences from some projects that we went through, because maybe that's gonna save your life and a lot of energy and gonna keep your nerves at bay, or just make it that the whole situation will be kind of interesting experience rather than failure that you're gonna feel bad about for days or weeks. So listen, all of us, if you're in a relationship, all of us, will go through some projects that you have to do or want to do. And the bigger the project, the bigger the problem if the project goes wrong. So that's why, first of all, that I would suggest you do is to take the responsibility for the project on yourself. Because let's say it straight, it's much easier for you to achieve what you want to achieve if you're driving this whole thing. So that's why I want you to put the responsibility on yourself and then control, maybe not every aspect, but most of the aspects of this whole project, because that will give you a possibility to adjust whatever needs to be adjusted on the way. So you would kind of maximize your capabilities and abilities, or the circumstances to win this whole thing, and then adjust it if you need to along the way, and that was going to be much easier for you if you're going to put it on yourself. And then, because in most of the situations it's going to come back to you again. If something goes wrong, then your girl might have tendency to look at and look for the problem on your side, whether it was there or not. So that's why just do it this way. You'll feel much better, especially if you win. It's going to put you in much better position. So it's like high stake, it's like high risk but high reward. This is what I would say. Second thing that you want to do is to basically plan everything. I want you to give yourself time to sit down together and really go through what is really the project, what do you really want to accomplish. Because many of us are jump straight into subjects or into projects, into things that we want to do, and then at the end of this whole thing, we'll end up in a place, and we don't really know if that's a win or that's a lose. Maybe it's a win for me, a lose for her, maybe the other way around. The less you know, the less is like written down, the less you will feel this whole thing, it was worth it. So that's why I want you to sit down and listen, really go through what do you really want to accomplish. What would this project has to end as for you to treat it as a win? What is exactly that you want from this thing for yourself, and what she wants from it? How do you define it? And what is really the thing that you want to accomplish? Because if you don't have it written down, and at the end of the things, because if especially the project will take you longer to get there, so many things you kind of think that it might be good to this whole thing to become this or that, and then you don't really know if that was said at the beginning, or it was something they just thought about in the midst of all of this. And then if something goes wrong, or you're not able to get where you want to get, then that's the ground that you may have argue a lot, and you want to spare yourself this whole thing. So first of all, sit down and think through and name this whole thing. What do we want from it? What do you want? What I want from this? And just write it down. Let's just write down also the plan. How do you gonna approach it? You want to have some timelines, some milestones. You want to treat it as a project. If you had a exposure to kind of corporate level project management, you'll understand that it's good to have it all written down, because the more detail you've got there, like timelines and so on, you'll be able to look at it when you really acting and you going through the project. You'll be able to say, listen, we were able to accomplish this and that. Everything was cool here and there, but then this thing we got it completely wrong. It's not, we won't be able to make it because another virus, aliens landed on the planet, and we've got to adjust this whole thing. So it's easier for you to control the whole thing when it's ongoing, when you've got it written down. So first of all, take this whole responsibility on yourself. Second, have a plan and have really written down what do you want to accomplish. Because if you haven't done, and you see what are the most important things that you want to accomplish, even if the whole project will go south and nothing will work, if you'll be able to accomplish one or two things that she wanted, one of the things that you wanted to accomplish, maybe it will be a win, even all the project was complete failure. You know what I'm saying? So that's why if you got it written down, it's much easier to achieve that. And then point number 3, what you want to do is to keep her as close as possible to the plan, and to go through each milestone together. Because it's much easier to kind of dump it on yourself, and then at the end of the project, everything is went south, or at least some of it, and then you're gonna get bashed because it was your project, right? So that's why you don't want to make this happen as well. So it's good for both of you to first plan and then go through all of that. And when something needs to be adjusted, then you can make a decision. Okay, so what do we do? Because if you look at this close enough, at the end of this whole project, whether it was a success, whether it was complete failure, you went through all of this together. And it's amazing experience because it gives you possibility to deepen knowledge of yourself, to support each other when this whole thing is ongoing. And then even if we win, cool, that's great. But if this whole project will fail, but we were able to learn from it, and you were able to get at least some of the things that you really wanted that were listed when we were planning all of this, it might be a win, especially when for your relationship, because we went through all of that together, and that was a great experience, and we deepened the whole relationship, even though the whole project failed. So this is what I want you to take from this video. You're gonna go through some projects in your relationship. That's simple. But then how you approach it may help you to win or help you to lose. And you are able to lose even if you won. So that's why this is why I'm recording this video, so you know how to approach this whole thing, so we'll be able to win even if the whole project will fail. So take the responsibility for it, plan it with her, and then act upon it with her, and then try to get as much of the things that were listed as important for this project, and then you win even if this whole thing was completely terrible. So think about it and do something about it, because the best part of all of this is that you can grow your relationship. You can win the small things and have this amazing experience, grow your relationship, have a great time, even if this whole thing falls apart. And that's a really big win. So go for it. If you like this video, like, share, comment. If you didn't, comment as well. Tell me what you think and what is your experience. If there's anything you want me to talk about, give me a shout. I'll be glad to do it for you. That being said, see you tomorrow.